What if I told you that one simple habit is silently draining your energy, eroding your confidence, and keeping you stuck in a frustrating cycle? You feel exhausted, unmotivated, and trapped in a loop you can't seem to break free from. But what if the key to unshakable self-control and true masculinity has been hiding in plain sight this entire time? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you will never view this habit the same way again. Let's dive into a topic no one likes to discuss, but everyone deals with. Some argue it's normal, harmless, even beneficial. But have you ever paused to question it? What if I told you this so-called harmless habit is doing more damage than you could imagine? The ancient Stoics, some of the greatest minds in history, understood something modern society often chooses to ignore. They recognize the power of discipline, the cost of chasing fleeting pleasures, and the secret to achieving true self-mastery. Today, I'll share their wisdom with you, so you can break free, reclaim your power, and transform your life. The problem, why this habit is destroying you. Let's be real, you felt it. That overwhelming guilt, the draining lack of motivation, the emptiness that creeps in after indulging in this habit. It feels like something essential inside you is slipping away. But why? Science has the answer. Every time you give into this habit, your brain releases a massive rush of dopamine, the so-called pleasure chemical. Sounds like a win, right? Wrong. Because the more you indulge, the more your brain becomes hooked on instant gratification. And like any addiction, the cracks start to show. You feel drained, weak, unmotivated. Your drive to achieve meaningful goals fades into the background. Why? Because your brain has already received its reward, without you having to earn it. The Stoics understood this long before science could explain it. They warned against overindulgence and the dangers of being enslaved by our base desires. But what exactly did they teach, and how can their ancient wisdom help you escape this trap? Free the Stoic wisdom, the trap of pleasure. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." And isn't that exactly what happens when you allow pleasure to control you? Each time you surrender to this habit, you reinforce a mindset of weakness. You tell yourself, "I need this," when, in truth, it's a habit that controls you. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, believed in mastering desires, not being ruled by them. He understood that a man who cannot control himself will never be truly free. The more you seek pleasure, the more you become its prisoner. The more you chase instant gratification, the further you drift from true fulfillment. Here's the real kicker. Every great man in history, from warriors to emperors to visionaries, shared one crucial trait. They controlled their desires. They didn't let their urges dictate their actions. And because of that, they achieved greatness while others remained enslaved to their impulses. The solution: how to break free and reclaim your power. How do you escape this trap? How do you break free from a habit that's been quietly holding you back? The answer lies in three core Stoic principles: self-discipline, purpose, and transmutation. Self-discipline. The key to freedom, Epictetus said, "No man is truly free who is not master of himself." And this is where it begins. The moment you choose to stop being a slave to your desires is the moment you begin reclaiming your power. But self-discipline isn't about deprivation. It's about prioritizing what's truly valuable over what's easy. Every time you resist the urge, you strengthen your mind. You build resilience. And over time, those impulses lose their grip on you. Find your purpose. Replace the habit with meaning. The Stoics believed a life without purpose is a wasted one. And this is where many men falter. They struggle with this habit because they lack something meaningful to channel their energy into. Ask yourself, if your mind is consumed with building a business, mastering a skill, or chasing greatness, would you even have the time or the desire for pointless indulgence? The key is to replace the habit with something that truly fulfills you. Transmutation. Redirect your energy. Ancient warriors, artists, and philosophers understood a powerful truth. Sexual energy is one of the most potent forces in a man's body. When squandered, it's wasted potential. But when redirected, channeled into productivity, it becomes a source of unstoppable drive. Nikola Tesla, one of history's greatest minds, remained celibate his entire life because he grasped this principle. By redirecting his energy, he unlocked achievements others could only dream of. This is exactly what the Stoics preached. Stop wasting your energy on fleeting pleasure. Instead, use it to fuel your ambition, creativity, and discipline. The climax. What happens when you quit? Imagine this. Waking up every day with unshakable confidence. No guilt. No weakness. Just pure, unstoppable energy. Picture yourself feeling more motivated, more focused, and more in control of your life than ever before. This is what breaking free can do for you. Your testosterone levels rise. Your mental clarity sharpens. Your drive to achieve skyrockets. And most importantly, you regain power over your own mind. This is what the Stoics meant by true freedom. It's not just about quitting a habit. It's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. Conclusion, the final challenge. Now, the question is, will you stay trapped in the cycle, or will you take control? Will you keep letting an empty habit steal your potential, or will you rise above it? The choice is yours. But remember this, no great man in history was ruled by his desires. The ones who changed the world were the ones who mastered themselves first. If you're ready to break free, reclaim your power, and live like a true Stoic, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Your journey to self-mastery starts now.